Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, if there's a prize for the best looking screenshots on the workshop, probably the best looking map of the year so far would have to be this one. And in fact, it would be right up there in the top few of the last couple of years. It is beautiful. In fact, it's about that close, and I'm doing that little pinchy shape now with my finger and thumb, that close to being on the map of the year list for this year. The question is, why isn't it? Well, you're gonna have to wait long to find out. It's not a first map. The first map from them was a long while ago. This is a second map. So it's their first proper attempt at a good map, I would say. What would you say? If you'd say, I'd just click the like button, then you'd be absolutely right. That is definitely the thing you should be saying right now. Today's map is North Hill by WTigerTw. That's correct. What a catchy name, I've got to say. And North Hill, definitely a strong name for a map. I have no issues with that whatsoever. And the top-down view is pretty strong as well. Everything is a winner so far. There's your start square, some glorious spaghetti up there in the top left-hand corner, and a separate entrance off the second intersection down in the bottom left-hand corner. Again, lots of good usable terrain height here as well. Very flat throughout the important parts, and the resources, again, good and strong. Lots of oil, lots of fertile. Less to worry about with the ore though there. And if you want to do some fishing, we're winning as well. You do need Sunset Harbour, but if you've got that, a really good fishing map. Now off to the workshop. What do we need? No DLC is required today, although there is some discussion in the comments about snowfall being needed. It's not. There is a one-click collection. Now I had a little bit of a problem. It took about 4 loads to get the map to load. This was my fault. My bad, because if you have a look at the bottom of this list of requirements on the one-click collection, there's a separate collection. And that also needs to be subscribed to, otherwise you'll have a broken map. So right at the bottom here, there's a concrete highways collection. You need to click on that, and then you need to scroll down past some text. And once you've done that, then click on the subscribe to all button, and you will be good to go. There it is. So yes, you do need that as well. I was very concerned we had a very broken thing going on, but was my fault. But once you click the subscribe to all button at the top of the page, you kind of whiz past. No, you do need to scroll down. Anyways, so yes, you don't need the winter theme, because with Theme Mixer 2, which we are using today, we've got a theme which is based upon Homecoming, Owl's Alternative Mediterranean, I think that's correct, and the winter theme. But with Theme Mixer 2 comes TPB's version of the winter theme, which is the same, but it just means that you don't actually have to have the Snowfall DLC to have the Snowfall theme. So yes, we have the Snowfall winter theme. We've got a floating tree there, a levitating tree. Hello. Yes. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about the map. The map for me is sharp. It is sharp, possibly a little bit too sharp, and you're going to see what I mean several times, I think. We will get to my solution in the second half of the show. It won't really surprise anybody what the solution is. Now we have a look here how that road just like dead ends there, or the elevated section just dead ends and just drops away. That can happen, but it just seems very blunt. In fact, we have got some road stress on the textures there, the way it just drops away suddenly. There are ways around this one. I'm not going to go into them right now. We'll just marvel at what is a very slick highway layout. With you'll see these road texture stresses time and time again though. An encroaching tree there, and a few encroaching trees along here as well. Now, considering that this is a map where you think, actually, this is going to be a detailer's map, you probably don't want any trees on the road, because anarchy will probably be involved at some point. Now we've got a lovely slick looking intersection here, actually quite neatly done. Don't mind the way it's been chopped into the terrain as well to allow for some cuttings. But it's very nice. We do have one pillar. All the others are aligned perfectly with the roads. That one is just a little bit squint. Obviously, it's just slipped through the process somehow. I don't know quite how it slipped through the process, but it has. But there we go. And then we move onwards. So yes, we've got a great theme mix. It is a really nice theme mix. Just like the mountains in this just have that snow vibe about them. Next intersection here, we have a little bit of, it almost encroaches. We have an encroaching pillar on the road there as well, mind you. That could go completely. But yes, the terrain is just trying to squeeze out onto the road. Again, these are very minor things that can easily be resolved. And then we have the big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge, don't they? I think they do. And we've got a little bit of shark's teeth going on right there with the texturing, with the terrain just spiking it up alongside the side of the road. And then entry across to what is the start square over there. This is very high for an embankment. And over here as well. Now, over here, this is great. I'm loving the start square. It's like two tiers, one encroaching tree. I'm not bothered about that one. But yes, I like the way we've got two separate heights and a really interesting shoreline around the start square as well. So I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of the shapes of all these intersections as well. And we head up here. Shall we take oh yeah, we've got some gorgeous. Some of these I don't mind too much, but they've really got to be slightly polished, slightly more polished, more trying to encroach pillars there. And you've probably spotted the shark's teeth also there. Yes, so yeah, we've got a map that has all these little spiky bits, sharp edges and such. I think the solution is, and the quickest solution, is to get the terrain tool, get the biggest circle on that you can, the circle brush, just get the bigger one, right? Set it down pretty low and just do a sweep across the map. That won't fix everything, but that would be the quickest, cheapest, easiest solution to sort out. And you'll see a few more of these kind of things on the second half of the show. Even that cutting there could be just cleaned up. Doesn't need to be, actually. I could quite happily live with that one. But when you see everything else that goes with it, I feel that just a quick sweep of the smoothing tool would do that one a trick as well. The rail goes to say, along with a very nice highway network, we have a very nice rail network. There is a lot of credit to be given. This is why I said at the start of the show, I feel that this map is this. I'm doing that shape again with my fingers, right? There's probably about a centimetre and a half there between my finger and my thumb. This close to being on the map of the year list, because it's a very nice map indeed that just needed a little bit more time on the detailing. Now, I know this creator has the eye for the detailing because they don't just make maps. Well, they didn't really make maps until this map, really. They got one map before. It doesn't even have a proper thumbnail. So that gives you an idea of the first map. This map, glorious. Apart from the detailing grumbles. But they have a bunch of other assets on their workshop page. And, oh, hang on, let's just check this this junction here. Oh, first of all, catenary chaos. Secondly, the rail isn't aligned to the same level, so we've got a kind of glitch effect going on there. And we'll check this next junction just to make sure they are at the same height. That's much better. That's much better. Anyway, yes. So I've got a great selection of assets there. And when I say great, it is very much on a theme. But what a quality of... If you're thinking... the best American commercial creator is King Leno. If you're thinking, the best Paris buildings creator is Jez. Yeah, if you've got the best in a genre list of people, I think that WTigerTw is probably the best at their genre, and so good that why not have a look at one of their assets in today's show? So that's something for the second half of the show. You're going to see just what quality they are able to put out. I mean, I'm not qualified to say anything because I don't know how to even start making an asset other than say, I have Blender. I wouldn't know where to start working with it. Anyway, North Hill, we'll take an intermission. We'll come back after this.
Are you fed up with random vanilla buildings spawning in random locations? Do you want a specific type of building in a particular zone? Then you need the beginner's guide to theme management. click the information button below.
And so back to North Hill by WTigerTw, the shipping routes. Now this shipping route looks like it's going to be a good one, but we end up with a sharp turning to go back the way we came to get to another edge of map connection. So expect to see a little bit of shipping doing sharp turns there. We also have a right angle turning here that takes us into the harbour area. And through into the harbour area, you may notice there a pretty low rail bridge. And all of the vanilla shipping is going to go crunching through that. And I reckon pretty much all custom shipping that you might decide to install will go crunching through there. So be careful where you put your harbour. And you'll probably have a very nice looking harbour, won't you? Yeah. Water flow. We've got strong water flow. There's no grumbles here. If you like a strong water flow map, you are absolutely good to go past the start square there. There's going to be no issues at all. And so, what about the map as a whole? I'd love it. I love it. It's just got a really lovely vibe to it. Really interesting highway and rail layouts. Really nice mountains in the background, which are okay. I just want to talk about the smoothing tool again. Okay, now the mountains themselves are cool. The tree painting, yeah, I've seen better finesse tree painting, but there's nothing wrong with this at all. Certainly works on this map, so credit for that. Credit for that. There's nothing wrong at all with it. It's of a good standard. Probably not the very, very highest standard, but nothing I would mark it down on. But if you have a look here, you can see we've got these circular brush tools, and yeah, okay, it's only visible from above and from certain angles. But I do feel that they need smoothing out, because again, from certain angles, if you're taking a screenshot of your city from afar, you can have these really weird shapes in your mountains. We've got similar things going on with the rivers as well. There are certain places along the rivers, specifically out here, we've got some little digitized divots there. Again, just a little touch of the smoothing tool here and there. Just a little bit more time on the detailing. This is a shame because I really like the shape of the river. A bit weird up here in terms of shape, but I could still live with it if those river banks didn't look like they had like a chiseled edge. The coast, we've got similar things going on with the coast. Some chiseled edges, digitized edges going on. Let's have a look down here. There we go, some little pixelized edges here as well, which is almost excellent, but also not at the same time. And then here you can see the serrated edge along the side of the coast here. Could have had some really nice beaches or cliff edges. And it's all a matter of just taking the time. I can say for somebody who's just finished going around their shoreline on their new map, yeah, that was many an hour. But I'll tell you what, mainly an enjoyable hour. There's your start square. Nice little rail terminus over there. But also, you may have noticed we have an airport somewhere. I don't know, hang on, where do we put this big air? There's a big airport. There it is, big airport. We come down here. Okay, it's just a crisscross of runways, but I think it's in the right location and it looks amazing as well. And coincidentally, it happens to be the subject of their specialist assets. I get that word, specialist assets. We'll have a look at just one of them, which happens to be on the runway right now. There it is. It's the E18G P1C RNAF by WTigerTw. Look at the quality of this. They have a whole selection, I don't know, about 30 odd of these, and they are absolutely, I mean, it's a prop. But I'll tell you what, if you're doing yourself a proper military airport, that, you can't do better than that. That's right at the top. Top gear. Factoids. Factoids because factoids. In the 16th century, it was thought improper to wear a night dress in bed. It's a good thing it's not the 16th century anymore, isn't it? Because I would be so chilly without my pinafore on. I was just like buttoned up to my neck and a little flounce around my collar. Oh, the lovely night dress. I know where men used to wear night dresses until very recently, and some still do. 18 whatever by WTigerTw. There you go. Today's military airport asset of the day. Very nice. See, quality. And that makes you think, hang on, what are they capable of if they spend the same sort of time invested into a map like this? Oh, My goodness. Anyway, what do you think of the map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Click the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen to take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. But what do I think of today's map? Well, let's start off with the aesthetics. It's strong. It is strong. It's held back by the detailing. As often always is the case with these things, one score tends to affect the other score and such. It is held back by the detailing. I'm going to give it 4 stars, but I'll tell you what, it was very, very nearly a high 3. It's a low 4. Detailing. There is some very nice work on here. And then there's a lot of stuff that's just letting it down. Nothing hideous, but I think overall I've got to go down the middle and go 3 stars. 3 stars pass mark. It's okay. Gameplay potential. Well, if there weren't so many little things to fix, this is 5 stars straight through. Honestly, I would be very happy to do that. As there's a few too many things to fix, I'm going to go 4 stars, but I'm going to go right at the top end of it. It's a high 4 stars from me. The question is, does Northfield by WTigerTw get the seal of approval? Do you know what? I think there's just a little bit too much finishing that needs doing to this map to really get that one. So I'm going to hold back, but it is that close. I'm doing it again. That close to being on the Map of the Year list. Too late now. It's done and reviewed and we have the score in, but I think if they do the same sort of thing again to the quality we know they can achieve, we're going to be blown away. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and subscribing. If you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day into the comments. Score yourself some population points just for fun, and I'll be back tomorrow with another What's Map. Thanks for watching.